Hello everyone and welcome, this is Common and Cam, and finally we have full body renders of all the characters, the Autobots and Decepticons that we saw in the opening scene of the Transformers Bumblebee movie. This is available for pre-order in the UK, but it's also available now digitally in America on iTunes. This is where you get all the extras, all the exclusive stuff, and so far we only have B Vision. So let's start off with the main one. It's RC, looking absolutely cool. You've got the designation, the allegiance, the modes on the side. It's kind of weird how she's a spider, a car, motorcycle and spider. That'll be a really interesting design to kind of see. Definitely captures the resemblance of RC back in Generation 1. See, this is how she should have looked in Revenge of the Fallen. See, Michael Bay? It's not that hard. Moving on to the next one, which is Brawn, one that I desperately wanted to see. Really cool. Brawn is by far one of my favourites, just because of his size, because of how tough he is as well. You know, he's so small, but yet he's so tough as well. He's a Cybertronian truck. It kind of cuts off a little bit there, so we can't make out exactly what that other thing says, but if anyone knows, or anyone who has the digital release, do let me know in the comment section below what that says there. But overall, just really cool. I really like the bulkiness, I like the roundness as well. I like his head design, captures just like Brawn. This is how they should have all looked, you know, from the very beginning. Just really cool, really nice stuff. Wheeljack especially, just edginess on those wings there, really cool. I'm basically just going to be repeating myself a lot, you know, just very cool. His modes there is Cybertronian hover, and what I'm going to make out there, it's going to be the same exact car as he was back in the cartoon. So the resemblance between the Earth modes and the Cybertronian modes, it's like they're very distinct, much like how the Earth modes and Cybertronian modes have been before in the past. Like Transformers Animated is a big example of how the modes of the Cybertronians are different, but they still resemble how they will eventually look in the Earth mode. This is how he should have looked, you know, not Q, not that old Einstein looking figure. This is Wheeljack that I'm looking at right now. Next up we have Cliff Jumper, of course a design very similar to Bumblebee but very different as well, mostly with the head design and the kind of a backing as well. It does share the same mode though as Bumblebee did in Cybertronian mode, but then again, you know, these two practically identical, so it's good that they still, the colour palette, it's really strong, really unique. You know, it doesn't make it feel like, oh yeah, it's the same design. It does feel unique and different in its own way. His modes are a Cybertronian car. As we know on Earth, he is a Porsche 924. Unfortunately, we'll never get to see that mode, considering, well, he kind of got split in half. Next up is Starscream. Yes, finally, there it is on writing. For anyone else who was confused or just like, what is going off? Was that Blitzwing? Was that Starscream on Cybertron? It was Starscream. Originally Blitzwing, but of course I think they changed it just at last minute, added in that extra blue, just to kind of make it more obvious, like, okay, yeah, no, this is Starscream now. Who we see on Earth is Blitzwing, but on Cybertron it is Starscream. You can see that they changed their head design so it doesn't resemble Blitzwing. Of course, one of the biggest confusions in this movie is that Blitzwing, is that Starscream, is that Starscream, or is that Blitzwing? Well, we finally have it here in concrete. The guy who we see on Cybertron is Starscream, and looking really cool, really badass. Very different from Blitzwing in a few different ways, but overall just stands out, and I definitely want to see Starscream in the next movie. Next up we have Ironhide, very badass, very much resembles a bit of his War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron look. I like the windows there on his chest, look really cool, very bulky, just overall tough. His modes are a Cybertronian armored truck, Nissan Vanette, GMC Top Kick, C4 500 African N. We don't get to see how they look in the vehicle mode though, like it only does show us the robot mode, which is unfortunate. Still, regardless, glad that we're seeing these up close and seeing all the little bits of details. And up with those next bits of details we have Ratchet, the final one, looking nice, looking cool, very much slimmer than Ironhide, so they're not exactly the same. I mean, they are the same, but they are, the proportions are a little bit more slimmer. Like with Ratchet, he's a little bit more thinner than Ironhide. If you go back and look, Ironhide's a bit more bulky on the chest especially, but Ratchet's a bit more thin, as he would be because his mode is an ambulance, he is a medic, so his strengths really do lie in his expertise. I was definitely looking forward to seeing Ratchet because obviously he was the first guy we saw in the movie in firing. Now I don't know if this B Vision does have him rotate at all. We're just getting images. This is from TFW. Someone screenshotted these, so I'm not quite sure if we do get to rotate or anything like that. Last but not least, for the Decepticons we have Shockwave. absolutely awesome. Just looking at this design. He is a Cybertronian laser gun, as we all know, a steam-powered warship, and a Mazda RX-8. Of course, we know his allegiance is Decepticon. By far one of the most iconic designs for me, like for this movie, because this is like slap on Shockwave. You know, because in the Dark of the Moon, Shockwave, very much a different Shockwave. The only thing that resembled it was the eye and the gun. But this just proves that Generation 1 designs can work in live action. At least it does for me. Like, this looks awesome. I don't know how anyone can deny that. This is just badass in all sorts of ways. The colour's right, the scheming of it, you know, the design, the iconic eye, you know, with it being yellow especially. Just proving to those G1 haters that, I'm sorry, but you're wrong on this. The designs kick ass. Anyway guys, that's all I have so far. This is of course from TFW, so extra credit goes over to that site for providing you with these screenshots. Like said, this feature is only available if you buy and download your copy via iTunes. It's not available on other services like Google Play, at least not for now. But the physical 4K Ultra DVD, Blu-ray and DVD release will be available on April 2nd, so the wait is not that long now. Anyway guys, I just want to quickly say thank you so much for over 27,000 subscribers. All of you 27,000 who are watching, if you're watching this video at least, thank you all so very much. This is overwhelming. I know the massive spike in subscribers recently due to my Michael Jackson content. I will be talking about stuff, the reasons why I like him as an artist. I will be doing sort of like top 10s of Michael Jackson, hopefully in the near future. So don't worry if you are fans of Michael Jackson, or if you're both, you know, don't worry. Content on this channel is always going around. There's always different stuff I can do, but still keeping consistent in the things, the reasons why you are subscribed in the first place. Anyway, as I said, if you are new to this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, click on that notification bell to get all updates instantly. Till the next video guys, this has been Common and Cam, and goodbye.